time to raise your vibration, time to raise your power, time to raise your energy, time to focus, and time to manifest. September is going to be absolutely mind-blowing in so many different ways. Not only this is your time, my gorgeous Virgos, but there's just so much that is actually going to unfold this September. And this is very important because you're reaching the very significant time of your life. Very significant because your energy is just going to be at its peak. And now from this moment onwards, from September until the end of this year, the things are going to get more interesting and more interesting and more interesting. I don't even know how to explain how important this is going to be, especially when it comes to the last 24 months of your lives. The last 24 months of your lives have been very significant. You have most certainly gone through so much. You have gone through a lot. And also the draining of energy was quite evident sometimes, and this would kind of like just kind of rub off against you in such a way where you will kind of find yourself like a being drained, you know, like when it comes to your energy levels and things like that, which would kind of affect your way of thinking, which would kind of affect your way of working and things like that. So this is why this is all going to be so significant when it comes to the return of your sacred, absolutely incredible and very, very powerful and unique vibration. This September, it is going to be the return of your unique and very powerful vibration. It is the vibration that is just going to literally slap you across the face in such an amazing way, where you're just gonna like open your eyes and they're gonna be as wide open as they haven't been in a really long time. Do you know what? It's all about you starting to feel things again. It's all about you getting your intuition back on track. I'm not saying that your intuition wasn't good or anything like that, but I'm just saying that for the last 24 months, you, my gorgeous, my ever so precious Virgolini, you have been going through quite a lot. You had a lot when it comes to your personal spiritual journey. You had a lot to work when it comes to your particular karma. Yes, things have been going on, and the things have been quite slow, even longer than that. But for the last 24 months, I have to frame in such a way because it is quite different, because it was like so much to do with your particular spiritual journey. There were certain things that you had to do, and the certain things that you were doing, but that you can't even explain yourself. Like, why were you doing these things? Why were you acting in a certain way? Why were you doing this? Why were you doing that? And now this balance of energy is just going to kind of set you back on track, like where you were before in, you know, this 24 months. It is very significant because the way things are going to happen is just that basically certain things are just finally going to start making sense. But it's all about you start feeling yourself. And now this is a very psychic and very spiritual and very, very optimistic moment that you're actually going to have. And when I say moment, this is literally going to be very significant and very evident throughout September indeed. But as I said, this September, it's not going to be like every other September. This September is going to be different, my gorgeous, my ever so precious Virgos, and you will see exactly what I mean. This vibration is just going to be perfect. The energy is just going to be perfect, and this is all going to kind of make you do things in a different way. It's going to open up new pathways, and this is so important because you're going to find yourself like being attracted to things you wouldn't normally be. And also you're going to find yourself like thinking about things from the past quite a lot. And also you're going to find yourself like having so much courage to like deal with problems, to deal with the situation, to deal with annoying people, and you're just going to kind of start growing like beautifully and spiritually. This is such an important moment in time. And when I say that you're going to start growing, it's just so important because you're going to find yourself like dealing with people and situations like throughout September and onwards, like that you would normally feel so drained. You would be like, absolutely no way. Or you would just stumble, or you just couldn't talk because you felt really uncomfortable because of the negative vibration, whichever reason it was that you felt like a negative around certain people or certain situations, or maybe even doing certain tasks and certain responsibilities. Now this is what I say about the spiritual growing, because you are going to be able to grow over it so much and so far that you're just going to wonder like how you were acting in a certain way before, why you were doing things in a certain way before, but also you're going to enjoy it. It's all about our spiritual journey, our spirit going through a very important important moment in time when you find yourself like doing these annoying things or things that you don't like, things like a certain responsibilities and things like that. You know, it's just you're gonna find yourself like really liking it and really finding it really challenging and really rediscovering yourself on this path, rediscovering yourself in these situations. This is just so important because also it is just going to be the new plan, new wish. It's all about rediscovering yourself through this situation, through having new plans and new wishes indeed. There are two very important dates. These are sacred dates. Virgolinis, my gorgeous babies, I can't explain enough. Please listen to me. The whole of September is literally going to be sacred month for you indeed. But there are two particular sacred dates that I want you to pay attention to. When everything that I said so far and everything that I have mentioned so far, the clear focus is going to happen on the 13th of September, 1-3. The 13th of September is going to be the first sacred day when you're going to start feeling this vibration so much, and you're going to come across the situation where you're going to find that you are quite challenging, but especially beforehand, you would find it challenging and you will kind of walk away from it. You would just turn your back at it. You would just go somewhere else. You would, rather do something else, you see. So now this is going to be different because already the 13th of September, it's going to bring you something very beautiful, like a really bizarre situation. There is, of course, an omen that you are going to see on this particular day. The omen that you are going to see is just going to be connected to the little animal, a little animal that is just going to do something very significant in that moment in time. But also at the same time, you need to put things together. You need to find out like what the animal means that you are going to see on this day, what the symbolic meaning it is. If you don't know, how did you feel when you saw it, what the animal was doing exactly. And it's just, you need to just like a kind of match this with your thoughts, with the power of your thoughts, with the way of your thinking, you know, with your manifestation and things like that, because there is going to be a wonderful realization that you're going to get through this omen. This is going to be absolutely so important, like I cannot explain, because through this omen you're also at the same time going to have and receive and feel your wake-up call. And that in itself is just going to give you focus, and it's just going to also confirm something to you. It's all about a new stage. It's all about a new path. It's all about a new plan that is just going to become very evident here. Something is going to be confirmed to you with this clear focus, and that in itself is going to become a new strength. It's going to make it very creative, but also it's going to become the part of your one of the biggest rebirths that you had in a long time. Transformation, transition, and very important indeed. The 13th of September, it is going to bring you the moment in time when you're going to be thinking about new plans so much. This is so important because it's also so much connected to the certain wish and something that you wanted to do in a long time. But these 24 months, the past 24 months, have made things rather clouded. And when the things are rather clouded, when we are thinking about a certain problem, certain issues, certain emotions, certain negativities, then we are just kind of held down without even realize our spirit is not able to float freely. So this is where this is the combination of this is where this change of energy is going to happen, and this is going to feel and be absolutely wonderful. It is all about a new plan. It is all about the plan that is connected to the certain wish, and this is so good because also it's going to confirm something very important to you, but this is down to your own massive and beautiful accomplishment. Not that long ago you did something, you made something, you started something, and now this is going to be the second part of this journey that is just going to be confirmed to you. It is all about a certain accomplishment. It is all about a new direction, and it is all about you having a control over a situation like there is no tomorrow. Very important and very significant, and this is most certainly going to be the moment in time when you're just going to start feeling yourself. This is when I said before, you're going to start feeling yourself like you haven't in a long time. I'm not saying that you will completely lost or something like that, but I'm just saying that, you know, things are going to start making sense. And also there is a certain problem that it's going to return, and you're going to need to deal with this, and it's going to be important not to keep it aside, not to keep it away, just to deal with it right now, because what is going to happen, it is going to come back at you in a beautiful and karmic way as a form of healing. And healing on another hand is also going to help to your particular spiritual journey when it comes to your spiritual journey to evolve from one level to another. other. It's absolutely amazing. And what else I was going to say, that the 13th of September, it's also going to bring like a wonderful transformation. This is going to be the beginning of the new plan. As I said, the new transformation, which is just going to be strongly evident at the same time. And it's very important to pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. What do you feel drawn towards? What do you want to do? What would you like to become like the part of your journey? This is what I need you to realize on the 13th of September. It's so important about this new plan that is just going to become strongly evident, but just pay attention what you feel drawn towards to, because this is the way your spirit guides, the way your angels are going to communicate to you at the same time. Because remember, you are going to be the part of a different dimension. You are going to have spirits around you throughout September like there is no tomorrow, because this is most certainly your time. But especially on the 13th and the 28th of September, it's just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. So this is what you need to do. You really need to think about the certain success and what the next stage of your life is going to be, and about the future planning. But it's going to make sense, because the answer to this is going to be just pay attention to what you feel drawn to. For example, if you're working like I don't know, maybe like a car mechanic or something like that, then you just like if you're like working and you're thinking about something, and then you're like a kind of like, you just find yourself like a daydreaming or thinking about something, you know, like, oh, maybe if you do this, and maybe if you do add this into your work, maybe if you add that into your work. And sometimes we think about this like quite often, but we just like kind of don't think, and we don't take it any further. We don't make any action, or we don't take any action. It's important for you to catch these thoughts, to check this way of thinking, to get this way of thinking, and just like kind of start thinking about it. Because at the same time, my babies, at the same time, what else I want you to say, that the power of your mind is going to be ridiculously powerful, ridiculously strong. Please trust me. The power of your mind is going to be so strong when it comes to your thinking, when it comes to manifestation, that whatever you're thinking about on the 13th of September, you're already going to start an amazing mind-blowing process. You're already going to start some kind of unfoldment, and this is going to be like a very important beginning. So whatever you start now at this moment in time, let me tell you, the June 2020, it's going to be the continuation. Something big you're going to start, something huge you're going to start, some kind of maybe investment, some kind of negotiation, new beginning, new start. You're going to throw yourself into a new situation, whether you know this or not, and the situation is going to unfold like there is no tomorrow. The land is super fertile, the land is a very special, the land is a very super spiritual throughout September indeed. And that's why I'm saying that you are going to plant a seed, and this seed is going to be incredible. And the second stage of this journey, whatever you start, it's going to be in June 2020 indeed. The second important date, my gorgeous and ever so precious Virgos, is, as I said, is going to be on the 28th of September. These two are sacred dates, which means that at the same time you can do daring things, you can try new things, you can be very adventurous, and anything that you need to do, that you need a little bit of like a varum, of little bit power, these 2 days you are going to have a sacred date. Regardless how you feel, regardless what you want to do, regardless what you are doing, you're still going to be protected. You're still going to be the part of the very special, powerful and sacred energy indeed. The 28th of September 28th of September is the second sacred day, and this is just so good, because now this is going to be the moment in time when you're gonna have a complete control over a situation and a complete courage. And this is what is actually going to happen. You're going to realize that you are having an amazing energy, and that particular amazing energy is also at the same time you're going to hear about a certain accomplishment. This is going to be so important, because that accomplishment that you're going to hear about, that you're going to kind of become aware of, it's going to be much better, it's going to be much stronger, it's going to be on the whole new level, and you're going to you're going to surprise yourself like there is no tomorrow. But this is going to be a really good surprise. This is going to be really significant surprise, and you're just going to be able to at the same time feel really good about yourself, about your own accomplishment, something that you did not that long ago. This is just going to bounce back, and it's just going to give you a wonderful, beautiful a realization that you have done so well and you did the right decision. And not only that was the right decision when some people thought that you're like a little bit cuckoo, you know, like basically it's also, this is going to be brilliant because it's going to bounce back and it's going to make you realize an accomplishment. And when it comes to your karma, when it comes to your spirit, when it comes to your spiritual journey, when it comes to you and your way of thinking, this is going to be absolutely remarkable, because you will realize that after this moment, after this point, your life is going to change. And this is one step closer. You're going to be that far from a big change, something that you wanted to do for a long time, a big change. You know, this is big, this is huge, this is massive, something that you wanted to do a long time ago. Now this is going to be just one step closer towards that without you even realizing. You were subconsciously working towards something. You were subconsciously working towards a certain change that you didn't even realize that you are making this change. You are creating this change. You are making this happen. And what you're making this happen is going to be evident on this day. And what you're going to make happen is just going to evolve you, making a really big step, a big massive step when it comes to your life in general, and when it comes to making a big change, and when it comes to your spiritual journey. This is so good that on another hand, this sacred day on the 28th of September, it's also going to bring you a good news. You are going to have a good news, my gorgeous Virgolinis. There's going to be a good news, and this is all about the gain, all about finances, all about the advancement. And it's something that you expected, something that you were waiting, but again, it's just going to be much better when it comes to the financial situation, basically. This is so brilliant, but it's just going to be not then and there. You're just going to know that you're going to need to wait just a little bit longer, and there is something really big, really huge. It's actually going to happen. But the bottom line is that the promotion is also going to become evident. Whatever you do, my babies, now you're going to go on the next stage after this moment in time, my babies. Whatever you do, whether you are retired, this is going to be very important time of your life, because you're going to go on a very important stage, the next stage where everything is going to change, and it's going to feel really good because the balance is going to be perfect. You're going to be free again. You're going to feel free again. It's going to be incredible. But on another hand, what else I was going to say, that is just basically, this is an important moment in time because it's all about the promotion. Like for those of you that are working, you can expect something very important. For those of you that are like a self-employed, for example, you know, this is just going to be like a really amazing and a very important and very busy time of your life indeed. The promotion is going to become evident, and it's going to be brilliant, and there is the certain ability that you're going to recognize about yourself, and this is something that is going to become very important later on indeed. And a certain idea also, you're just going to realize that you had, and not that long ago, you already started this with your mind. You already had the beginnings, you already had the beginning steps and things like that. So now this is also going to be kind of a recognition of that. It's just going to become evident that this is most certainly going towards the right direction. This is most certainly going to have a really nice outcome. And this is what I was going to say. It's just so important. You're going to find yourself like with a certain choice, you know, and that certain choice is just going to be the combination of this fantastic and bombastic energies by the end of this month, you know, and that certain choice is just going to make you feel very deeply, very deeply for making a really big change. You know, you're going to realize that there are certain things around you that you're not really happy with, you know, after this moment, and this is just absolutely normal because of this vibration change. It's going to make you feel very vibrant, and this vibrant energy is on another hand going to take your mind places, so you're going to be thinking a lot. But this is brilliant because this way of thinking is also at the same time going to be absolutely life-changing. Be very adventurous and start as many things as you can, my gorgeous Virgolini. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Virgo, and it's for September 2019. So it's for you, my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my gorgeous, powerful Virgo, and it's for September 2019. Okay, so I'm basically going to start now with the actual number. Which number is actually going to be significant when it comes to it? It's number 3 is going to be your lucky number. So what would I like you to do? If you can actually take number 3, write it on a little piece of paper. If you can take like a number 3, write it, or if you can have like a little pendant with number 3 on or something, you can write it on your hand. And if you can attach yourself to this particular energy throughout September 2019, what is this going to do? It is going to raise your vibration even more, and it's also going to help you a lot when you're focusing with the way of thinking when you're trying to manifest yourself, but at the same time it's also going to work like a really lucky little charm for yourself, because it's just going to be so good for you and it's going to help you to attach to this particular energy. On another hand, number 3 is just so important. Like when it comes to the actual progress, it is all about the ridiculously powerful progress that you're going to have. Everything that was really slow, now it's going to be like ridiculously powerful, especially when it comes to the swift activity and change. The money is going to be very significant, very powerful, very optimistic, moment in time. And also when it comes to the actual apprenticeship, this is just so powerful moment in time when it comes to the actual apprenticeship, because there are like so many offers and so many opportunities that are going to be around you. Like it's unbelievable. Very important, if you're looking for work, please keep on applying for as many jobs as you can, because something very special is going to happen this month. And this month you are indeed having a sacred power, you're having a sacred energy. So whatever you want to do, you're going to be so super powerful. So that's what, just go and keep on applying for as many jobs as you can, because you're going to find something that you wouldn't normally find. And this is all part of this particular energy and particular journey. On another hand, it's very important to actually try to remember to stay committed to the task at hand, because there is a lot going to be going on. And sometimes you're going to find yourself throughout this month in a situation like, oh, I just had enough. Do not have these moments, I had enough. Just keep going, because you, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are going to be tested. I'm sorry, but you are going to be tested throughout the month, which means that you are going to be tested by the right people, watched by the right people. It's good because these intentions are good, these intentions are positive, and these intentions are going to bring you an element of surprise when it comes to the certain offer. So just remember to keep your task at hand, stay committed to the task at hand, and keep going. Those moments when you feel like, oh, I can't be bothered anymore, are going to be the most powerful and the most important once you go over them, because you're going to grow very much so. You're going to grow quite a lot, both spiritually and mentally indeed. And that's exactly what you need to do. Just remember, if you have a snap situation moment, just remember what Sashita told you. What I just said to you is just stay committed to the task at hand, and that is going to bring you something absolutely wonderful. It's all meant to be the way it is indeed. On another hand, what else I was going to say, this month is going to bring you a fantastic determination. This month is going to be the month of awakening, reawakening, your own personal rebirth. A certain return is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Certain return of something in your life is going to change your life. And this is also going to come in the form of a very, very powerful energy, which is going to require from you to make a really big decision. Your focus, it's not going to be like on the certain things, like it will be like how it is now, but there is something very important and very significant going to come forward, and that is going to be also part of your everyday thinking, also part of your everyday life, but it's just going to be the part of the slightly different dimension. Confusing, I know it may sound confusing, but you will see exactly what is going to happen in the way things are going to unfold and start unfolding in September or throughout September. It is all about determination. It's that initiative that is going to be mind-blowing and life-changing, a strength, force, a power, success. It's absolutely brilliant, and it's deep emotional feeling that you're going to have. The relationships in your life are going to be very strong this month, and they're going to become very significant, and you will be working on relationships quite a lot, and you will be around people even more than you normally are. This is also going to be very important month and significant month when it comes to the actual social relationships in general. There's a certain person that you are going to meet that is going to absolutely change your life as well. I'm not saying it's like a lover or anything like that, but somebody very important who is actually going to come through at the right time, at the right moment, the right time in your life, and it's going to change your life. Not a lover or anything like that, but somebody very significant you're going to meet this month indeed. Okay, and also very good news that it's actually going to also give you a whole new option. Okay. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Virgolini, when it comes to your energy, you see, energy, when it comes to your health, sorry, I was going to say, when it comes to your health, it's very important to say that you are most certainly going to have a lots of energy. This is going to be the month when you're going to find yourself and rediscover yourself through your own power and through your own activities and through your energy indeed. But I do have to say, I know I say it all the time, but it's very important. I take this myself, the acerola cherry powder. It's ridiculously important for you to take every single morning. I take this in a glass of water, organic acerola cherry powder, which gives you whopping 1080 milligrams of vitamin C per serving, just 1 little teaspoon, and you mix it up with water and you drink it every single morning. It's just so important because it's going to help you with rejuvenation, it's going to help you with the vitamin C levels, it's going to help you with the cold, flu, and if you feel a little bit low, it's just so good for rejuvenation like there is no tomorrow. On another hand, what else I was going to say, that I highly advise to watch for the circulation. Also, on one hand, vitamin D is going to be very important for you to take. Calcium and vitamin D are going to be ridiculously important for you to take, and also to take like omega-3 essential fatty acids, whether you take this from the fish oils or whether you take this from the actual flaxseed oil, which is the plant version of omega-3 essential fatty acids, are so important to take because our body cannot produce this by itself, and it's so important to take because it's going to help you with circulation. It's going to help you with your mood. It's going to help you with your energy levels, but it's also going to help you when it comes to your skin and things like that. But circulation and basically focus, and things like that. It's all in one. You're gonna benefit from this like there is no tomorrow. So please take this, get this, because it's going to help you a lot. And also try to drink lots of water, as much water as you can throughout this month, and try to avoid sugar and coffee if you can. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, or if you're breastfeeding, you need to check with your doctor, or you need to check with your GP whether you can take these supplements or not, because only your doctor or only your GP can tell you whether you can take these supplements or not. But of course, it's like all these supplements that I recommend to you, they're all 100% natural supplement indeed. Okay, so now basically going on the very first date that is going to be rather important for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis. It's going to be the first important date. It's going to be the very first of September. It is just like amazing. You just imagine you're in the middle of the beautiful forest, and just imagine you're walking through this beautiful forest, and it's already gorgeous. It's already beautiful. There are lots of little fairies flying around, and you're like, hello, my darling. How you doing? Hello, my darling. How you doing? It's like great already. Good feeling, good energy, good optimism, it's fantastic, good way of thinking. You're gonna have, everything is going to feel so optimistic. And now you're walking through this forest, and now you see this beautiful magical door. Come on, how good can this get? You see, this is exactly what is going to happen on the 1st of September. You're going to be walking through the beautiful forest already, because you're getting into your dimension, you're getting into your energy, you're getting into your power, which is going to be very special and very important within you. You see, it's going to be the beautiful flame that is going to be like lit, within you. It's going to be amazing, and this is exactly what is going to happen on the 1st of September. You are most certainly going to you're going to be thinking about a certain success and a certain gain, my babies, because this is where this particular part of your life is going to become evident indeed. And it's also, you're also going to be thinking how you actually overcame a certain obstacle and challenge, and that's so important because this is all about the advantage. You're going to find yourself in a very good situation. It's all about your advantage. It's all about your victory. It's all about your power. There is also going to be a very important negotiation that you're going to have on this day, my gorgeous Virgolini. If it's not on the 1st of September, it could be on the 2nd, even 3rd. There is a very important negotiation that is going to take place, my babies. If you don't have any negotiations now, this is going to be the perfect moment in time for you to actually, if you can pick a certain day to have a negotiation, you pick the right day with the right vibration and energy, and this is going to be the right day to actually start negotiation, to buy something big, to buy something new, to start something big, to sign something, anything like that can actually take your energy elsewhere. It's just going to be super enhanced. On another hand, number 7 is going to be a lucky number on this particular day. So if you do something big, if you're planning something big to start or something like that, to plant certain seeds, just make sure that you have number 7 with you written on your hand or in a in your pocket or something like that, because of the same reason what I mentioned before, because it's going to help you to attach to this particular energy even more. On another hand, there is a very important realization that you are going to have about the certain results of efforts that are nearly due, something that was going on for the last 7 months, also last 7 to 8 months in your life, and it's just basically you were waiting for the progress. So there is going to be a significant progress from that. Money is not going to be like that straight away, but most certainly the results of efforts are nearly due, and that's going to be absolutely everything. There is going to be a little reorganization, very important indeed. Okay, I highly suggest you to get something like a lapis lazuli, which is also known as a stone of an ancient Egypt. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, of course, as well. And what lapis lazuli is actually going to do, it's going to help you a lot to connect to your dreams, to connect to your memories, to connect to like your way of thinking in such a way where you can kind of remember your dreams, remember the spiritual messages. You know, we all get them all the time. That's why I say remember, because it's going to help you to have a clear focus throughout September and even up to October. This is going to be an important moment in time, because you are most certainly going to be receiving and getting all sorts of spiritual messages. And that's why I need you to get the lapis lazuli so you can remember your dreams, very importantly indeed. Okay, if you would like to buy this, the link is in the description below, and by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. Okay, so now basically what else I was going to say, that you just like be careful on the 1st of September. Also just a little mini warning, there is some kind of naughty person going to be around you, like somebody who's just like not having the clear intentions or intent, but you will be able to know this, because this is not going to be somebody who you didn't know about. So it's just like kind of to warn you, but it's just like basically certain things that are not considering somebody else, or certain things that are private to you, just keep them to yourself. You see, if you're unsure about the people, but you will know about this particular person indeed. Okay, the second important day, my gorgeous Virgolinis, it's actually going to be on the 15th of September. Now, the 15th of September is going to be a very interesting day. The energies are going to be quite bizarre on that particular day. But what is actually going to happen, there is a certain conflict that is going to kind of become evident. Nothing too bad, nothing too negative, but it's to do with like some kind of conflict, and it's to do with some kind of domination, and you're just kind of, it's going to do with like you not feeling free. So you will want to kind of like a domination, and somebody is going to have like a very negative impact, or very negative emotions, very negative feelings towards you, and that in itself is just going to be like, you know what, I just had enough basically. And that is going to start something very important, and that is just going to be like a kind of like the last drop in the glass, that it was just, you see, that is just going to make you to kind of start to think about the situation, to think about your life, and this is going to prove something to you, that it's going to be the time to move on from the certain person, time to move on from the certain areas, time to move on from the certain group of people who are bringing you down. It's really good to kind of be around the people who are making us feel good, and this is what this reminds me of, this particular situation here. This is an important moment in time, because you're going to be wise, and you are most certainly going to make a very wise decision, because what is going to happen, your transformation, this is going to be the moment in time when your transformation is going to start, and you will want to clear away the old in order to make it new. You're going to have your new moon moment, you know, new moon moment, because I want to say so much, you know, but new moon moment is very important, and it's very significant, because what do we do on a new moon? We always start something at the beginning. We always start new things. We always begin new things. We always plant new seeds, you see. And this is exactly where you clear away the old in order to make a space for the new. Karmically and energetically, this is an important moment in time for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis. You see, these, my little witches, you see, just go around the home and close all the windows and just smudge it for as much as you can, you know, smudge it as much as you like, you know, and have like a little bit of sauce underneath, because I have to say this, you burn this and then it becomes really messy, so you don't want to like mess up your carpet like there is no tomorrow. So you just make sure that you've got a little salsa and walk everywhere in the single room, walk everywhere in the house, sorry, go into every single room, make sure the windows are first closed, and then at the end just open all the windows. And by the time you open all the windows, you know, by the time all the smoke goes away, all the negative energy is gone away, and at the same time you also have to say that you're going to smudge yourself, you're also going to cleanse yourself. So if you feel like a sick after the, you know, 2 days, within the next 2 days after that, then that's actually going to be really great. As more bad you feel, as more sick you feel, as more negative you feel, as more drained you feel, the more powerful you're going to feel later on. That means that you had a certain amount of negative energy within you. So this is what this is actually going to do. This is something that I highly recommend you to do on the 15th of September. But if you can't do it on that particular day, just do on the days around it as well. It's going to be just fine, or at any time in September. But it's going to be important because you will go with this amazing flow, and that in itself is just going to clear the pathways in the most powerful way. Okay, if you would like to buy like a dry sage stick, the link is in the description below. As I said, by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. What else I was going to say is just so good, because also by the end of the day on the 15th of September, you are going to have like a really interesting, like a readjustment, but also there is a certain change going to become evident. But even more so, it's brilliant because something very luxurious is going to become a part of your life. Something very luxurious is going to become the part of your thinking. You will want to take care of yourself in a very posh and significant way. You will want to do something very special for yourself, and you are most certainly deserving this, because you're reaching a very important stage of your life, very important stage of your journey, where your personal security and power are going to become very strong and very strongly evident that you are actually reaching a very important stage in your life. So you're going to be able to afford something very special for yourself, and if you are not able to do it just yet, you will be that much closer. You will be a huge step closer to something very big that you wanted to do, but that requires a certain amount of money. You will see exactly what I mean, and it's very important just to carry on down on the same path, because this is all about a very important and very significant time of your life. By the time we get to the 30th of September, this is the third important date, my gorgeous Virgolini. The 30th of September, it's going to bring you the whole new hope, the whole new faith, the whole new inspiration. And when it comes to your life, like really feeling like completely different, and also when it comes to bright prospects, when it comes to the actual optimism, when it comes to like a certain fulfillment, when it comes to satisfaction, when it comes to pleasure, this is absolutely amazing. But it's all going to be about a new stage of your life, about a new prospect, and this is going to give you life. This is going to make you alive. This is also going to make you aware of so many other things around you, and it's going to make you aware of a certain optimism, certain happiness, certain excitement. This is going to be brilliant because it's all about your own prosperity. It's like a treasure, basically. It's like a new plan, accomplishment, very important journey. It's also going to become significant at around this time. Very important journey and a certain justice. Any journey or any trip that you want to make, please go for it. It's just so significant because it's highly connected to September, which is the most spiritual time for you. So that means that this particular journey that you book, whenever you go, as long as it's booked in September, it's going to have a very special message for you, and it is going to be most certainly an eye-opener. You will see exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Virgolini. You will see exactly what I mean. Okay, so now going on the very first part of September, my gorgeous Virgolini, is like the first part of September is just going to kind of be very good for you and very interesting, and it's going to surprise you because the certain missed opportunity is just going to be knocking on your door and say, hello my gorgeous, I'm here, but this time I'm not missed opportunity. So this is what is going to happen. The missed opportunity is going to come back as like an opportunity now ready to be taken, by you, and that in itself is just going to make you celebrate. You're going to have a reason for celebration. You're going to feel happy. You're going to feel great. This is going to revive you. This is going to re-energize you. This is going to inspire you. This is going to have a healing effect on you, and it's also going to, at the same time, it's going to bring the certain obstacle to an end, certain problem, certain issue that was bringing you down and making you feel negative and unhappy. This is all going to be come to an end with this situation. You are going to be able to rest and relax, and especially when it comes to the problems about the finances, what you were worrying about, practical security, money and things like that, where we're like kind of, oh God, I'm not too sure, I'm so scared, now it's the moment of time when you're going to be able to relax so beautifully. And after this moment, meditations, the grounding and things like that is just going to be so easy, and any spiritual connections in between you and certain crystals or something like that is just going to be so much easier after this moment in time. You will see exactly what I mean because the clouding it's going to go. On another hand, an authority that you are going to have, it's just so brilliant, because the certain synchronicity when it comes to the certain authority and authoritative person is going to become clearly evident here. This is so good, because at the same time this is going to make you feel really happy, really excited. You're going to realize something very significant about yourself, but also it's all about the strength, compassion, and having the control of a situation like you didn't have in a really long time, and this is going to work really great. Something very amazing and very big and very good is going to happen in between you and other people as well, like a team of group, like a teamwork, or something that the other people have also in your life put certain energy towards something. Now the process is going to start happening, and it's going to be really good, because it's going to be even much better than what you or other group of people would actually expected. And there is also going to be a good news that you're going to receive when it comes to the certain family member, and that is going to make you feel so good, because you're going to be able to relax as well. By the time we get to the second part of September, my gorgeous Virgolinis, this is all about the incredible balance that you're going to have, and the balance that you're going to have this is all coming from the realization about a particular skill. You're going to do so well here, but you're also going to be thinking about something that you need to kind of pay attention to, and something that you need to put a little bit more energy and more power and more vavavoom towards. This is so good, and it's to do with it, some kind of like a skill or something that you do, and something that you know that you are doing, that you know that you are really good at. But this is going to be the moment in time when you're going to realize that you need to pay attention to this. Okay, because we have been giving certain things by the God, by the spirits, by our spiritual journey, by our karma. And if we know how to do certain things that other people don't know, then this is something that we should really pay attention to, whatever this is, whether this is drawing, whether this is painting, whether this is this and that, math or something, it all depends. But this is going to be an important moment in time to pay attention to what you're really good at, my babies, because there is everywhere like a hidden message for you throughout September, because it's all about your personal rebirth. This is so important. Also, when it comes to the professional life, when it comes to work, when it comes to career, when it comes to finances, if you're not like working, if you're retired, it's also when it comes to finances, when it comes to those things that you've been focusing on so much, it's going to be absolutely ridiculously important moment in time. Mid-September is going to change every Virgo's life like there is no tomorrow. But it's all about your hard work. It's all about what you've been putting in and how much you've put in. This is all going to come back, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive, because the big wish is going to happen, something that you wanted to happen in a long time. When it comes to professional life, when it comes to work, when it comes to career and finances, you are reaching a very clear and very amazing and very mind-blowing and very powerful time indeed. And that in itself is just going to give you a boom feeling, and little wings are going to grow, and you're going to be like, oh my God, and you're just going to rise and fly and enjoy yourself like there is no tomorrow. It's all about the inspiration and potential and this beautiful and powerful synchronicity, and also like basically it is going to be the moment in time when if you could like reward yourself and go somewhere, do something, little retreat, a couple of days holidays, would be absolutely brilliant. It would be absolutely perfect, because it's just going to be good for the energy balance indeed. And it's a great time as well to go into the forest, spend the time by water, meditate a little bit, hug the tree, because this is all going to be rejuvenating you in so many different ways, and you're going to be receiving messages like along the way, and this is going to kind of help you clear your negative energy and rejuvenate you, so you can stay sharp, and you can sharpen up your third psychic eye, so you can get on and receive as many messages as you possibly can, because it's going to be literally life-changing. What else I was going to say, there is going to be a little bit of like some kind of communication breakdown in between you and somebody else, but this is somebody who is not really good around you, somebody who is very negative around you, somebody who is not always around you but is around you sometimes, and it's a very bad person, negative, very low vibration, and very scrutinizing you. It's a dark energy, and it's a little bit lost person, and I feel a little bit sorry for this kind of spirits, this kind of souls, because they're so lost, and I suppose this is their role in this world, to be lost. It all depends what they were doing in their past life, on their karma, and so on. It all depends. It's a very complex why people end up being like this. But however, the communication breakdown in between you and this person is actually going to be quite good for you, believe me or not, because that communication breakdown is actually going to at the same time kind of like get your intuition going, and it's also going to kind of put you in touch with somebody else. It's going to kind of be responsible for you starting conversation or starting something with somebody else, and then you're going to receive a certain information. That information is going to become an idea, and that idea is going to become something else, because that idea is going to in turn into like some kind of perseverance and vision. It is all about the vision that you're going to have that is going to be very strongly connected to you, to your life, and you're going to be able to kind of see yourself from a slightly different angle, and some kind of realization. It's going to become very evident here that it's time to move on. But this is going to be absolutely brilliant. I highly suggest you to get like an amethyst pendant. It's so important for you to get an amethyst pendant because basically this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this in the description below. But it's just so important for you to get this because this is going to protect you. You're going to be very open when it comes to your psychic power, when it comes to your psychic energy, when it comes to your mediumship, okay? So you're going to be receiving all sorts of information. So you're going to be very open spiritually, okay? But what does that do? It also like kind of makes you vulnerable and makes you open to all sorts of other energies, all sorts of other spirits that are not maybe as positive and that are not maybe as optimistic when it comes to their energy, and that in itself can drain lots of energy. So that's why you don't want the energy to be drained, and that's why it's very important for you to get something like an amethyst, and this is going to protect you, but at the same time it's going to enhance your psychic abilities without like bringing you down or without affecting you in any way. You see, this amethyst comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is also in the description below, right at the bottom of the description, okay? By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, okay? And now basically going on the last part of September, my lord, it is all about the intuition that you are going to have. The last part of September, you must just trust yourself. You must not go to someone else. You see, you must trust yourself. You must not go to someone else, because there is going to be dilemma. You're going to be a little bit thinking about something. Something is going to worry, something is going to come up, and you're going to be kind of contemplating like a dilemma. You're not going to be too sure, and it's going to be on your mind. Maybe I should talk to him, maybe I should talk to her. No, baby, no. You just remember my words again. You must trust your own intuition. You're going to have a really powerful spirit with you. You're going to have really powerful angel with you. These entities are going to be talking to you all the time. They're going to be with you all the time. You just need to open up yourself. Okay, just need to clear your pathways. Okay, you just need to connect yourself. You just need to ground yourself in this particular way, because you are going to be receiving messages from these entities. So intuition is going to be ridiculously powerful. It's going to be very, very strong when it comes to your personal reflection, when it comes to your instinct, when it comes to your purification, when it comes to your focus. It's going to be amazing, because you're going to have make a decision about the security and power. Some kind of decision is going to be made where you're going to kind of do something, going to make something. You may even want to invest into something a little bit, but you're just not going to be too sure. But you will know that this is going to be a really good thing to do, because that in itself is just going to shift you up from the enslavement situation. It's going to shift you up from the stale situation. It's going to shift you up from the way you shouldn't be, and it's going to shift you up from the one stage to another stage, one side of the spiritual bridge to another side of the spiritual bridge. Very big jump you're going to have, very big step you're going to have, and that in itself is going to release you from some kind of low enslavement situation, and it's going to be brilliant, and it's going to come in the form of a praising by somebody who is a leader, by somebody who gives you honor. You're going to feel a great honor. People are going to feel proud of you. You're going to feel proud of yourself, and this is going to be absolutely brilliant, because now I can see that you're actually going to have a really great time, especially when it comes to your family, especially when it comes to everything that you have been doing and everything you've been been focusing on. I can see the celebration with the family, your family or people around you who means to you so much, your best friends. They're all going to be very happy because something is going to happen this month, that you are going to be in touch with your family or in touch with the best people in your life. Indeed, some kind of return is going to be evident. Some kind of connection is going to be evident. Some kind of reconnection is going to be evident with friends, with the family members and things like that. This is going to be so good because everything is happening right at the right time. Joy, family, excitement. You're going to feel proud, and your family is going to feel proud because you're going to do something that is going to be quite successful, and it's going to be concerning them in the way as well. But other people are going to be like, wow, that's amazing, you know, and that is all going to be great. There is also going to be the karmic situation that somebody is going to return into your life, and you're going to feel like, oh, they're horrible, oh, they're disgusting, blah, blah, blah. Just remember, it's so important for you to release. Listen to me, my babies. Release, release, release. No matter how awful people may be this month, or no matter how terrible people may be, no matter how low energy they might have, what they did, you know, just try to release, 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 because you're going to have a great power when it comes to your karma, when it comes to forgiving and forgetting, because that in itself is just going to be absolutely superb when it comes to your spiritual journey. And you will see exactly what I mean, because that is actually going to be followed by something really incredible. But before that, there is still going to be like a little, I'm sorry, little tower situation at the end of September, where certain thing is going to happen considering certain person, and it's going to surprise you a little bit. But you know what, then at the end of the day, that is going to make you to kind of move on with a certain part of your life, with a certain stage of your life. You're just going to turn around and move on, and it's going to be brilliant, because it's going to make you abandon and cut out the certain part of your life that should be cut out, that literally came to an end. But also at the same time, this is going to be so good because it's just going to give you food for thought. You're going to realize something really important, but most importantly, I can see you free, free, free and happy. And that in itself is a great moment in time, because it is just all about your happiness, all about your own expression, all about your synchronicity that makes you happy. And also, you know, the whole new hope is going to come through and forward. Absolutely remarkable. The end of September is going to bring like an amazing option. My Lord, listen to me, Virgolinis. The end of September is going to bring an amazing life-changing option. It's going to come like some kind of learning experience, some kind of bright prospect, some kind of new option, but it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Something very magical and very mysterious is going to be connected to this, because this is all going to be connected to the bizarre days and bizarre time when you had like all these strange little signs and messages, you know, those sacred days and dates that I said, those 2 days, 13 and 28th of September, are completely going to be connected to this. And this is so important, because you're gonna, oh my God, be part of the unusual situation, but then on another hand, you're also going to be the part of the competition, and you're gonna do so well. It's gonna be brilliant. You will follow the spiritual advice from somebody like some kind of guru, hello, or somebody who said something that it just stayed in your mouth. Oh God, stayed in your mind, and now you will take that wise way of thinking, that wise advice, that wise idea, that wise word that this person said. This is going to be brilliant, and most certainly it is going to have an enlightening effect on you, enlightening impact on you and your life. But this is all about the completion, very important completion that is going to happen in your life, my gorgeous Virgolini. And it's all about getting to the second part, second stage, new perspective, radiance, power, and most certainly a life-changing option that you are going to have at the end of September. Life-changing option, and this is so much to do with the finances, this is so much to do with your life, this is so much to do with your power, but it's also part of the really huge, massive, big picture. And what I said before, that you are going to make a really big step, massive change, and this is all going to be part of it. This is going to be the beginning of something really big, beginning of something really special. So be as open-minded as you possibly can throughout September. Indeed, be open-minded and try things, taste things, begin things, you know, like do as much as you can, because you're also at the same time going to be rediscovering yourself every step of the way. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards And I'm going to connect to those of you Virgolinis that are in relationship. You see, something very important is going to happen in between you two. For those of you that are actually in relationship, the same card, my Lord. For those of you that are in relationship, this is going to be the reason to celebrate, because you are going to go through something very special. Both of you will make both of you made some kind of decision. Both of you started something not that long ago when it comes to your life, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your money, but also now this is going to be the payback time. You're reaching a very important stage, very important moment in your life when you're receiving and getting a certain accomplishment. It's all about the success. It's all about getting to the certain point when it comes to the materialistic life. It's all about advantage, well-being, and it's all about the victory. And the big dream that you both had, it's about to happen this month. Big dream that is going to involve both of you doing something completely different, both of you like making lots of changes, both of you being a part of the really massive changes. Now this big dream is going to start unfolding. This is all going to be just the beginning. And it's all going to happen, and it's going to come from you both making a really important decision. But without even making a decision, you will see that your life is just going to start drifting slowly towards the certain direction as a couple to do this. So by the time the end of September comes, you will see exactly what I mean, which part of the shore you're going to find yourself at, and it's going to be brilliant, it's going to be good, and it's going to be most certainly something that you wanted to do in a really long time. You see, very important decision you're going to make indeed. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to concentrate to those of you Virgolinis that are actually single and ready to mingle. You see, I like this month. Oh my God. Stranger in the night. Virgolini. You see what I mean? This is the moment in time. You see, this doesn't surprise me at all, because you have been through so much, so much, and lots of you were just like kind of focusing a lot on work. Lots of you were like kind of being very successful and things like that. Focus, which is absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with this. But this is going to be the month when you are really going to have your own rebirth when it comes to not only career, not only finances, but when it comes to your relationships. You know, this is so important, but especially social relationships that are going to return into your life. Real friends, real people, very rare friends, you know, very rare people. We only have like 2 or 3 friends, you know, that are real people, you know, real friends, or even maybe it's just one, you know. So this is going to be the return of really important people in your life when it comes to the relationships, social relationships and things like that. On another hand, you are going to be going out a lot. You're going to be meeting lots of new people. You're going to be meeting lots of significant people, not only when it comes to love, not only when it comes to stranger in the night, but when it comes to things in general. Like, you're going to be meeting lots of people that you're meant to meet when it comes to your path, meant to meet when it comes to your spiritual path, meant to meet when it comes to your spirituality. Okay, it's fantastic, because you're going to be rediscovering yourself every step of the way, and you're going to be rediscovering certain things and discovering certain things about your own passion, you know, how passionate you are, and about the new passion indeed. So you are going to be enjoying this quite a lot, but at the same time, when you're going through like a some kind of like a transition and change, when it comes to like some kind of readjustment of your life, when you're thinking like when you're least expecting, you know, when you're thinking about a readjustment, when you're focusing on your life, when you're just focusing about something, part of something big, part of something huge, part of something massive, at the same time when you least expect it, there is somebody that is going to show up in your life, and that person is going to change everything. My gorgeous Virgolini, be prepared to be swept off your feet, because this person is going to be very unique, this person is going to be very special, and this person is going to be very significant, because that person indeed is playing a big role because it's going to be the part of your spiritual journey that is absolutely evolving and changing this month. So already this person is going to be somebody very deep, and this person is going to be somebody who you're going to feel very strongly connected, somebody you haven't met so far, somebody you haven't met before. But it's this person that the way you're going to feel when you talk to them, when you feel their vibration, when you feel their power, you will look at them and you will see them, you will not fancy them probably straight away, but then as more as you talk to them, you're going to feel like, oh, go, they're nice, you know what I mean? Like, as more that you talk to them, the more you're going to feel drawn towards them. The more you talk to them, the more clear focus you're going to have. The more you talk to them, the more you will want to talk to them. But there is something so beautiful about them going to be, and you're going to find yourself like really benefiting from that person's energy like there is no tomorrow, and that person is going to feel the same. Seriously, be prepared to be swept off your feet. Look, because this person is about to change your life. This person is not someone just like stranger in the night, one night, you know. This person is going to stay. This person is going to have a massive impact. This person is meant to be the part of your journey indeed, okay? Even if you don't meet this person in September, trust me, this person is around you already. This person is going to be around you already, whether you know this or not. Maybe it's going to be the beginning of October. It really depends. It really depends. But most certainly, the beginning of this person is going to happen in September. This person is going to be around you. You're going to talk to them. You may not even know that this is who they are. As I said, it's like basically, you know, as more as you talk to them, the more you're going to like them, the more you're going to fancy them. And then those people are the most powerful people in our lives. You know, those are the ones that are very significant. Those are the ones that bring the breath of fresh air, power and love into our lives. Every single time they do something, just kind of we benefit from their particular and sacred energy like there is no tomorrow. My gorgeous Virgolinis, be prepared to be swept off your feet. Go out and talk to as many people as you can until you find this particular one. And once you find this one, everything is going to change and you're going to love it. Okay, my gorgeous Virgos, my gorgeous Virgolinis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits. Every single one of you, I love you all. I'm sending you healing, brightest blessings, lots of love and light. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolinis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.